Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a tutorial on how to replace a frontal on an old wig. So let's say like you have a wig, right, and the hair on it is superb, but the frontal is just looking a bit dilapidated and depreciated and you just need to replace it. So I'm going to show you guys how my personal method of doing that is. Hopefully you guys can follow my steps easily, and hopefully it's helpful to you guys anyway if you are thinking about doing this sort of thing on your own. So before I start this, let me just put this out there. If you mess up your frontal, it is your own business, okay? I don't want to hear
Jacqueline, I followed your instruction and now I've got a hole in my frontal,
because you didn't follow them correctly, so I don't want to hear it. If you can't do it yourself, if I know you personally, ask me and I'll help you out. If I don't know you personally, then message me and maybe I'll help you, I don't know. So the first thing that you need to do before you even start to think about replacing your frontal is to customize your new frontal. So you've got an old frontal on your wig already, it's just attached and it's done at it, like you can't use it, and you have your new frontal that's in the packaging. Take that new frontal, bleach the knots, pluck the hairline, do everything that you're going to do to it, tint the lace before you put it on the new wig, because once you put it on that new wig, it's long. Like doing all of that with a whole wig already attached to the frontal is so long, it's not worth it. So just do it before you put it on. Okay, so if you have an elastic band on your old wig, you're gonna have to remove that from the frontal very, very, very carefully with a razor blade. Okay, don't cut yourself. Carefully, okay? Me personally, I'm an adult, okay? I can deal with razor blades. If you can't get an adult to do it for you, get somebody who you trust to do it for you if you can't do it on your own. Literally if you pull out the elastic where it's joined to your frontal, you should be able to see a little bit of thread. Start by slicing that little bit of thread, and then the rest of it, as you're pulling it, it should show itself, and you slice the thread. Don't slice the elastic and don't slice the frontal. Just slice the thread, please. Please, oh, please. After you've removed the elastic, you want to then carefully move on to the frontal. So where the frontal joins the wig cap, before it joins the tracks, you want to pull that as well, find out where the thread is and slice it. If you can't find it, then you need to carefully pull them apart. Not hard enough to damage it, but just enough to expose the thread. And then you can slice that little bit of thread and start going from there and just follow it along until you've removed the whole frontal. Make sure you do it carefully so that you don't damage any of the tracks or any of the wig cap, because you're going to need the wig cap and you're going to obviously need the tracks because it's part of your wig. If the frontal is sewn to tracks, you need to take those tracks off and re-sew them on again after you've sewn the frontal on. So now to attach your new frontal, you need your new frontal. Align the edge of the frontal, not the edge that goes on your hairline, but the edge that is sewn to the rest of the wig at the back. You want to align it with the edge of the wig where the joint that was originally sewn to your old frontal. You want to align it up so that you are able to sew it on. And now you shouldn't have to cut anything just yet because the wig already fits your head and you have that elastic band that you're going to sew on as well. So once you've done that, you've aligned it, everything's fitting, everything looked good, you just want to turn the edge of that wig over and start to sew. Literally just sew all the way across. I use a blanket stitch because I feel like it's a bit more secure. If your wig cap is mesh, as you can see in the video, the wig cap on this wig is mesh. I didn't make that wig, so I'm just putting that out there. I wouldn't use mesh wig caps personally. I feel like they're very risky and they're not really a long-term sort of wig cap. If you're using a mesh wig cap, then do be careful, as I was saying before. Just make sure that you don't make any holes in the mesh. And one problem that I had when I was replacing this frontal is with the thread that I was using. The thread that I was using was really thin compared to the mesh wig cap. Like the holes in the mesh wig cap are really big. So when I was sewing it, I found that the thread would just go straight through the holes. So what I did was I would double the thread and then I would put another piece of thread in the same needle again and double that up as well. So it was basically 4 in one needle. So, and then I would tie a knot at the end, and I think I would tie it twice or 3 times. And so that kind of solved my problem. So if you're kind of having that same problem, then that's what I did to solve it. Once your new frontal is sewn to your old wig, it's now become your new old wig, I guess, and it's pretty much good to go. You want to re-sew your elastic band on, which is like, it's pretty much the same. I used a running stitch on that. I don't have a clip of it, but it's literally, I just sewed it on like normally. Put the wig on, measure it on your head, cut the ear flaps off as you normally would, and then that's it. Your wig is pretty much good to go. Like I said before, I'm just reminding you guys again, please make sure you customize the frontal before you sew it on, because it's just gonna be so, it's gonna be so unnecessarily difficult for you if you don't. So just do that first. So that's pretty much all there is to say about that. There's not much to do after that other than to attach the wig to your head. If you did have your frontal sewn to some tracks on the top of your head before, as in if the old frontal was joined to some tracks on your old wig and you had to cut those tracks and remove them, what you need to do is, it was kind of, you could kind of see it in the video, you have to leave a gap for those tracks. So when you've now sewn this frontal, you want to put the frontal onto a wig head, and where those gaps are, you want to fill them in with tracks, and you can attach them to the frontal if you want to. Personally, I don't, because I know that if I want to replace the frontal, it's going to be a lot easier for me to do that if the tracks aren't joined to the frontal. Other than that, it's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it was kind of easy to follow and it was understandable. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, just because I know that not a lot of people know that you can replace frontals and it's pretty easy, and I feel like a lot of people end up wasting their money going to buy a whole new wig just because their frontal's balding. Like, babes, you can fix that. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it if you found it useful and if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.